from Creative Voodoo. Mamokgethi, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you for being with us on PM News.
Good afternoon.
Mamokgethi, speculation was very rife that Vavi would actually resign himself, of which he didn't. Would you say that the news of his expulsion have been coming for a while?
Yes, there's nothing surprising really about his expulsion. We have been seeing the conflict brewing within Cosatu for the past 2 years. And so his suspension really was a hint that eventually he will have to be let go, or he might be disciplined and expelled out of Cosatu. However, the length with which it took for them to get to the decision really is surprising. But now that the decision has been taken, we expect to see how will each side unfold. It remains to be seen.
Mamokgethi, is it in true Vavi style? I mean, he did dare the CEC to actually boot him out. Do you think that he will fight his expulsion at this stage?
It looks like he will. If you listen to his tone on Sunday, it was not of a subdued person. It was more of a person who's saying, if you want me out, I will not go out on my own, but you must take the step and be bold enough to expel me. And indeed they did. Perhaps that caught him off guard and by surprise that he was expelled. But now moving forward, will it be a matter of him challenging it through the courts? We have seen he has said, I'm going to go back to the ground, which is actually what workers, leaders should be doing, and mobilize and engage workers at that. But at what capacity? Because he's no longer the Secretary General of the Federation.
Mamokgethi, the ANC General Secretary Zwelinzima on Monday actually advised Cosatu to try and mend the drifts or the rifts between within Cosatu, adding that Vavi's suspension or expulsion would be very detrimental. What can the labour market anticipate after his dismissal now?
Look, the labour market is going to expect jittery workers. They're going to expect a federation that will still come out either swinging to show Cosatu that will come out swinging to show we haven't really changed, or they would expect a Cosatu that would still must fix its own internal organizational issues. And of course that has an impact in a broader economy in the context of labour moving forward. We know that there are 3 major wage negotiations currently underway: the public sector unions, the gold and coal sector wage negotiations. And so this expulsion, as the Secretary General of the ANC had said, couldn't have come at an unfortunate time, and will have a ripple and perhaps a longer reverberating effect on the workers for years to come.
Many are actually saying that this could mark the beginning of an end to Cosatu. What do you think, Mamokgethi?
Look, contrary to popular narrative, I beg to differ. Cosatu will still be there. It might be a different Cosatu. It will be a Cosatu without Zwelinzima Vavi. Will it be a Cosatu that is publicly vocal, as he had been by virtue of being the Secretary General, the voice of the Federation? It will still be there. And I think years later, even the current people who are in Sidumo and the so-called his faction, even after they had gone, Cosatu will still be there. It will, however, be either a reborn Cosatu or a completely changed Cosatu. It can be revitalized or it can remain in limbo. That remains to be seen.
Mamokgethi, everybody wants to know, where will Vavi go now? And is there space for really another labour federation? Because Willima Desha tried to form his own, but nobody knows whether it exists or not.
Yes, look, in today's context, a lot has changed. And we are seeing that labour dynamics or the labour movement itself in South Africa is completely changing. So perhaps back then, when Madisha was trying to form it, the environment was not conducive. Now we have seen that parties can be formed. They might not make a major impact, but they might be formed and might survive. The question as to whether Vavi, where will he go now? He has said he'll organize on the floor. He has consistently and publicly shown his hand in terms of he is aligning himself with NUMSA. Whether he will go with the 365,000 members of NUMSA and be with them remains to be seen. Do remember, it does not necessarily mean that all the 365 members of NUMSA are automatically going to leave Cosatu, all of them, in their different factories and so forth. So the future really is quite interesting. The labor dynamics of South Africa, the labor movement of South Africa, industrial relations moving forward is going to be exciting to watch for the next 2.5 years, and perhaps up until Cosatu sorts itself out.
We're going to wait with bated breath. Thank you so much for joining us. That was Mamokgethi Molopyane, labor and mining analyst, shedding some light on the Vavi expulsion saga.